And welcome back to Across the Board with E and the Colonel here on acrosstheboardradio.com and hawkradio.org. We keep them coming, man. We keep them coming. The best bands in the world. This one happens to be an American band, which is great. Coming out of Knoxville, Tennessee. If you love post-hardcore metal, Straight Line Stitch is the band for you.
Yeah, I've definitely become a huge fan of this.
Yeah.
They're just,
Right? Yeah, they rip totally. And lead singer Alexis Brown is with us right now. Alexis, how are you feeling today?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. We appreciate you taking the time. You know, we're big fans and loving the new album. You know, we've been able to hear a preview of it. What is your favorite song on the new album so far? I've got to say that mine is One Reason. I don't know. It's catchy. I love that. You know, you scream some on it, but, you know, we can hear the melody in your voice as well. You know, you've got a lot of range on it, and just musically, I think it's tight. I really like the entire album, but that one for me stands out. What about you?
Well, we definitely try to change it up a bit. My favorite track on the album is definitely Laughing in the Rearview, and I think it's my favorite because it showcases not only my range, but it shows how easily we blend, like, you can go from hardcore screaming into, like, a really catchy chorus, and then just go balls to the wall really heavy. So I think it showcases a lot of, the band's talent, and that's my favorite song.
Nice.
On the album, hands down.
And of course, the album we're talking about is The Fight of Our Lives. Incredible album. Go out and get it. You know, you guys have, changed a little bit, and, but you always, the band actually started without you, and then they added you, which, obviously changed the dynamic incredibly, and you guys kind of took off from there. But you add that element, like we said, of melody and of screaming as well, sort of like, I'd say, like a Lejon, sort of, I would think.
Yeah, another band I think of when I think of a little bit of scream and a little bit of melody too is Deftones.
Oh yeah, I could see that as well. Yeah. So what is that like? Okay, so that actually leads into my question. Well said, Colonel. Okay. Chino has actually had several vocal node operations.
Oh, right,
because he screams so much. So Alexis, I was going to ask you, how do you deal with that? What are your warm ups like, and how do you take care of your voice on the road?
To be honest, warm-ups are really good. I don't do them like I should. To be a bad thing, I'm not going to even sit here and lie and be like, yeah, I do warm-ups. I do that all the time. I take care of my voice. Really, sleep helps a lot. If I can sleep like a good, 5-6 hours, I'm good and my voice is good. So sleep is really the key in keeping my voice conditions and stuff like that. But warm-ups are good too when I do them. Trying not to scream my head off when you're talking to people, that's always good. You just try to set your voice, drinking water, all that stuff, but nothing crazy. Like from time to time, I'll maybe even take a cap of olive oil because when we're traveling so much, the vocal cords they tend to get dried out.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'll take a cap full of olive oil, but that's about it. Sleep is really the main key.
What do you think makes the dynamic of the band so much appeal? Like E said earlier, there's melody, there's screaming, there's great musicianship in the music. What else do you think? Do you think there's a lot of personality that transfers into the music as well?
I definitely think that's what makes our band so special. It's like we are gods. All of us, we're just so different. We have different backgrounds. We come from different walks of life, and we all our influences are totally different. We all listen to different things, and when we write, we just bring all the elements of our background together, and that's how we write. And I think it makes it special because we're not sitting here and trying to write a specific album. Like, we're going to try to make this the heaviest album on the planet or the softest album, or we're going to try to blend it. We just write what sounds good to us, and I think that translates,
Well, it definitely comes across in the music.
Yeah, it's a good plan because it's working. I'll tell you, we love everything you put out. Now, Alexis, thank you. Alexis, I'm sure a lot of people brand you guys as a female-fronted band. We don't really give a damn about that. You know what I mean? It's like you're a band. Who cares, male, female, whatever. But one thing that is unique, I think, about you is that you're African-American and you sing in a metal band. You're an African-American female in a band. That is very unique these days.
Right.
How did you get into? I mean, obviously anybody can listen to anything, but again, as a professional rock star, that's pretty rare. How did you get in? How did you fall into metal, and what made you go with that band?
My my stepdad and my brother are due the credit for getting me into this type of music. My stepdad introduced me to like bands like, you know, old rock, like Bad Company, Styx, Journey, and things like that, and I fell in love with that. And then my brother was actually the one who like introduced me to like Pantera and Korn. And
Nice.
it's just like a whole other side of music. I originally wanted to be an R&B singer. That's what I wanted to do. Nobody could tell me different. And when he showed me this other world, I fell in love with the freedom that I found in the music. You know, like it didn't have to be all perfect and pretty. You got to hit this note exactly right, and you got to And I just fell in love with, you know, the fact that it was so raw and that it was just like true to the emotion that the artist was feeling, and that's what I wanted to do. So that's how I fell in love with it. And from there on, I was like, I want to find a band. I want to be in a band. I want to do this with my life. So definitely my dad and my brother they take full credit for getting me into the genre.
We appreciate it. Thanks to them.
Now, you guys are currently on tour. You say you're heading through Arizona now. You're heading towards California. And this summer you're going to be on the Rockstar Energy Drink Mayhem Festival. You got Megadeth, Disturbed, Godsmack along the lines in that festival. What is it like to be able to perform alongside of these bands? And what band have you yet to perform with that would really, really make you happy, would complete your career to perform with them?
Oh, man. Well, this will be like our first time getting to perform with these bands, which is ultimately like exciting. I feel like, I guess, you know, if I had to speak for like us as a whole band, I feel like it's definitely humbling. It's amazing. These are like things that we talked about when we're like still playing in the garage.
Right.
We're like, man, I can't wait. That's so cool. We went on tour with this band, and you know, and now we're actually going on a tour with this band, you know, with these bands. So it's awesome, and I'm definitely looking forward to like checking out all the bands, like definitely In Flames and Machine Head and Funeral Sorrow, and I mean, I already know Jamie. You know, he did a track with us on the first record, Skies Wash Ashore. So I mean, it's always cool when you get to like go on tour with somebody that you respect. I'm just looking forward to the whole new adventure, you know, of it all.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be it's definitely different to play like a large festival such as, you know, the Rockstar Energy Drink Mayhem Festival, as opposed to just being out on tour. I'm sure it's a completely different beast.
Yeah, this is actually our first festival. Like, a lot of our friends, they were like getting on it, stuff like that. Like bands that we knew, they're like, "Oh, you guys really should get on this festival," and we're just like, that's not something you can just jump on. We wanted to, so we actually just sort of sat on the sideline and watched everybody else like get on. It was like, oh man, hopefully next year, maybe next year. So it's just really cool that we're actually on it, and this is going to be like our real festival tour for us.
You definitely deserve to be there, that's for sure. I definitely think so.
E and the Colonel here with Across the Board, talking with Alexis Brown of Straight Line Stitch about the new album, The Fight of Our Lives. Loving it. Go out and get it, like we said. You guys have also toured with our boys Nonpoint. Just wanted to drop that. Friends of the show here, KB and the guys, great bands as well. Alexis, what would you say, what moment in your life has been most responsible for making you who you are, personally or professionally? What one moment or person has been most responsible for that?
That's a good question. What moment in my life is responsible for making me who I am today?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. That's a really good question.
Hey, thanks. We trying to get the fans to know who Alexis Brown is.
I'm trying to think what moment.
See, we're making you think this morning.
There's several. There's I guess one that sticks out in my mind is when I actually moved. I moved to join Straight Line Stitch. That was definitely a moment, because if you really know me and you know who I am, I'm a homebody.
Okay.
I'm scared of things. I always want to like stay where I'm comfortable, you know. And it was a defining moment for me to actually just leave my family and say, I'm gonna actually go out and pursue this.
Right.
You know, I'm going to try to follow this dream. No matter if I fall on my face, I'm going to go and I'm going to do it. You know, because I have to go out. I can't sit and just think, oh, well, maybe I could have, or maybe, you know, I should have, would have, could have. So definitely making the move to join Straight Line Stitch was definitely a defining moment in my life and making me who I am today.
Okay. All right. I like that. Have you guys asked for anything interesting in a contract rider yet?
No, we haven't asked for any red M&Ms or anything crazy. We're lucky if we get like chips or something. So the guys asked for socks. I think that's weird. Like, buy your own damn socks. But they asked for socks because they will get a pack of socks and they will literally wear them every day and throw them away. So I'm like, wash the damn socks. Like, why are you throwing them away?
We hear that all the time from bands. It's funny.
Yeah,
but only once have we heard underwear as well. I'm like, if they're not washing the socks, what's going on with the underwear here? I don't know. That's a little too personal. But, yeah, we hear socks all the time.
Look, I live with these guys, and I don't even want to know the answer to that question.
Yeah, right. Yeah, don't go and ask them. Now, see, now you're going to be looking at them funny. You're going to be like, I don't know. How about this one, then? You said that last question or a couple of questions ago made you think, if you knew you only had, say, 5 to 10 minutes left in your life, what one song would you want to be the last that you hear or perform? Yours or anybody else's?
I would want to hear Fleetwood Mac's Dream. That song so influential. I would definitely want to hear that song. Or Landslide. Fleetwood Mac. I'm a big Fleetwood Mac fan. I'm a big Stevie Nicks fan. So I would definitely want to hear her sing.
That's a good call. Any plans to cover that song?
I would love to cover it. But, it's got to be a band decision. So
right.
I would love to cover it. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that's how he actually asked the question. I was going to ask you then.
Oh, my bad.
Which Fleetwood Mac song would you ideally want to cover, though?
Oh, God.
You personally.
I would love to cover Dreams. There's a lot of people that have done Landslide already.
Yeah.
And I love that song.
Yeah.
Blue Lamp. That's one of, it was on the heavy metal soundtrack. I love that song. I love Blue Lamp.
That's an obscure call. Yeah.
Maybe and I think too. That would probably be the songs I love to cover, or even Gypsy.
No one ever covers Gypsy. I've never.
Rhiannon would be good.
I'm gonna have to do it myself.
Yeah, definitely do that.
Yeah, there you go. So
that would be good.
Yeah, we suggested that. There you go. Again, Across the Board with Ian the Colonel here on AcrossTheBoardRadio.com and HawkRadio.org.
So what's next on the plans for you and for Straight Line Stitch?
Well, we're going to continue to tour. That's what you have to do. You have to tour your butts off. After Mayhem, I think we're gonna do Afropunk. That's in Brooklyn. And after that, we're going to hit up Europe with 36 Crazy Fits. So that should be an insane time. We go nuts with those guys. So it should be a lot of fun. It should be interesting to say the least.
What would make you satisfied as having been the legacy of Straight Line Stitch, or you as an artist? When all is said and done, you finally decide to retire someday, way, way down the road, we hope. What would make you, you look back and you say, all right, I'm happy. This is what my band represented, or this is what I represented as a person, as an artist. What would that be?
What would that be? God, you asked really good questions.
We tried. Thanks.
What would make me happy? It just sounds so stupid. But can I say it anyways? I guess what would make me happy, ultimately, God, it's going to sound so corny.
No,
that's how I feel.
Go ahead.
I guess what would make me ultimately happy is for everybody else to be happy. That would be,
Meaning the fans?
If everything was said and done and, made it to where I wanted to be and everybody was happy and satisfied, that would, and everybody was taken care of, that would be great for me. The family, the band, our career, fans, that would make me happy. I could die a happy person. If everybody else was happy, I'll be fine. There's always worry about that. Being an entertainer, you want to please everybody. And so it's not very realistic because you can't please everybody. But, that is the goal that you're always striving for. So
I like that. That's not corny or stupid.
Would make me happy.
Yeah, that's not
honorable.
Yeah, that's not corny or stupid. Yeah, you say, there's no need to be insecure. That's a great answer. I mean, that's being true to yourself, and you're doing it for the right reasons instead of going out there and just making a lot of money. So that's nice. You said that you're more of a homebody. where is your favorite place in the world? Is it in the studio? Is it on stage in front of a live audience? Obviously, it's not on the tour bus, it sounds like. Where are you most comfortable besides home?
I'm most comfortable, I'm most comfortable. It's so hard. How do I explain that? Because you know what? Before we hit the stage, I get so nervous.
Sure.
I get so, sick. And it's just listening to that first song, I feel it, and then I go from there. So I guess being on stage is, where I feel most comfortable.
It must be incredible. Just that feeling you get back from the crowd, I assume is amazing. Alexis,
it's definitely the crowd. It's definitely you feed off the crowd. So being with the crowd and being feeling that connection, that's the most. It's the most peaceful place that you could ever be. I mean, for me, it's just just when you feel that connection and you're there in the crowd, they feel it. And you just want to keep that feeling forever, especially on a good night.
Yeah, so I've heard being on stage called a lot of things. I don't think I've ever heard it called peaceful.
Yeah, that's true. It's normally like a high or something like that. Yeah,
a lot of people talk about how crazy it is and how it feels just like the greatest feeling in the world. But wouldn't peace be a great feeling?
It really is. It's nerve-wracking, but it shows how much you really want it. To go out there and not run away. Because sometimes I want to flee. I want to run. I get so scared. I'm like, I can't do this.
Sure you can. You're doing a great job with it already.
Yeah, it's definitely a special thing for you guys, and I think you'll be doing it for a long time. And again, we don't have to say that. We're saying it because we are fans. So again, Straight Line Stitch, the new album, The Fight of Our Lives, loving it. And actually, I said one reason is my favorite, but as I listen to the album, it changes. It's one reason, and then it's another one that catches me. To keep going through. So, and that I think is the mark of a great album. It's not there's one good track, the rest of it sucks. It's
right.
Everything is good, and they rotate through my head, which is great. Alexis, how can everybody, again, you're being heard around the world right now, how can everybody stay in touch with where you are, all the happenings of the band?
They can actually keep in touch with us. Literally, they can talk to us via Facebook, MySpace, all that stuff. We're on it, you name it. If, they want to reach out to us and ask us a question or anything, I like to pride the band on that. We know what's important. We know why we do this. We know why we're here, and that's because of our fans.
That's important.
The people that support us, and we want to support them as much as they support us. So if they ever want to reach out, we are always there. Sometimes we're not on time. We're not the most punctual people, but we are there, and we love them to death. So anything that they want and we can do, we will definitely try to do for them. So they can hit us up, Facebook, email, all that stuff. They can find us, hit us up.
Are you guys going to try the new Google Plus? We're already getting invites for that. I haven't done anything with it yet, but that's Google's answer to Facebook. Have you guys heard about this?
What is it now? I'm sorry.
It's called Google Plus. It's apparently Google's answer to Facebook. I don't know. I guess MySpace isn't really much around anymore.
Yeah.
And so now I don't know if they're saying that Facebook might go the way of MySpace and Google Plus will be the new thing. I don't know.
I'm
but
not seeing that.
My God.
Yeah.
You know what? It shouldn't surprise me. I haven't heard of this, but they're making new stuff every day.
Yeah.
So
I think it just
I'm
debuted
not
last
surprised.
week.
I haven't heard of it, though.
Yeah, well, there you go. You guys have to take advantage of it. You could be one of the first bands on it, and maybe blow up from there. So, again, Alexis, we really appreciate it.
Look into that.
Yeah, Google Plus, it's called. And I'm not paid by Google. I don't know. I'm not even on the thing, but we'll see what happens with that. So, again, Straight Line Stitch, The Fight of Our Lives. Pick this album up. It's incredible. And go see these guys live. That's what you have to do. Buying CDs is great, but seeing them live is really the way to go. And as far as I understand, I could be wrong about this, financially bands actually do better when you buy tickets to live shows than they do when you buy their CDs. So go see them. That's what they're there for. Make Alexis feel peaceful. Check them out.
Yeah, come up and say hi.
Yeah.
Please come up and say hi.
See?
We always hang out.
Accessible people. That's what I'm talking about. I'm E. He's the Colonel. This is Across the Board. We'll be back in a few minutes here on Hawk Radio. Well, you saw us out acrosstheboardradio.com
and hawkradio.org.
There you go.